Videos, buddy.
What's going on YouTube? Joe Miner 3131 back again alongside JS Miner 87 here on the DFS Quarry channel. Going to break down the 5-game main slate for January 22nd, 2019, which is Tuesday, tomorrow. Like I said, 5-game slate, not real big. Tonight sucked. Period. You?
My one lineup, I think even Raiders called it. That line I don't like so much. I can't remember which one it was, but yeah, I think the first line I created, I had the game stack of like Florida and San Jose, and then that other game I headed to the Vegas side, and then I think I went with a Nashville pairing that didn't work. And then Bennington getting me a whole 1 point didn't help shit.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. What are you going to do, right? Best part about it, we get to play again tomorrow. So, with that being said, if you liked the video, click on the thumbs up. If you would, please, we'd appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and do that. If you want to join the Slack, I need your email. Let it in the comments below. Hit me up at DFS Quarry over on the Twitter machine. Just send me a private message. Hey, Joe, can I get in the Twitter or in the Slack? Blah, blah, blah. Let your email. I'll send the invite out. So, Jared, you ready?
Let's get down to it.
First game up on the slate, San Jose Sharks heading into Washington to take on the Washington Capitals. Capitals are a -140 home favorite. Over under 6 in this game. We should see Aaron Dell and Braden Holtby. Take it away.
I know we've been saying about Washington dire needs here. You know, you see 3 power play goals in 10 games, and actually, let me see how this is sorted here. Which way is this? Oh, no, this is just sorted alphabetically here. But yeah, 3 power play goals here, 10 games, not very productive on the power play here. Let's see how many goals even strength. 20 goals even strength. So really, this is not the Washington team we're accustomed to seeing. And you know, and watching it the other day, I was watching early on in that Chicago game that they got paced, and it's just fundamentals they're losing. Orpik turned the puck over in the defensive zone. Couple guys turning over defensively. Lars, or who is it? It's Kuznetsov's on thin ice there, they said. And then there's third liner. I don't know if it was Lars Eller or Brett Connolly. One of them guys are really unhappy with their performance here lately. But overall, as a whole, I think you can be, you know, for some of these guys' salary here, they're certainly not performing. And you're starting to see here, we're going to open daily face-off here. You got Ovechkin with Backstrom and Oshie on line 1. Line 2 is Jacob Vrana, Lars Eller, and Tom Wilson. And then line 3, you got Dmitry Yaskin, Evgeny Kuznetsov, and Brett Connolly. So certainly a is it an act of desperation? One could maybe think so. Maybe they're just, you know, try to get a win or two, or I guess it'd be the last win here before their All-Star break. You know, I think Ovechkin really needs a break with trying to carry the team as much as he is. But for me, I think I do go to this power play. You look at San Jose here, penalty kill here. They're giving up 47 shots on the penalty kill, 6 goals they've given up in 10 games on the power play here, 49 scoring chances against it, looks like, on the power play. And certainly 25 high danger chances here on the penalty kill for San Jose. And it looks like 27 for the Chicago Blackhawks is the only one that's higher here. So I do like Washington Capitals power play chances here. Ovechkin, I don't know if I'm trusting to go high in this game. This could be a game where you just like one off Ovechkin or play a pair, whatever you want. But But for me, the pairing I'm thinking of is to do Ovechkin and Carlson and leave out everyone else. That's what I'm thinking when I first glance at this for the first take. I think that's your safest bet. You're going to get a pretty high floor from both those players with shots and also a few blocks for Carlson as well. So if they do tank the bed, you won't tank as far here. But that's where I'm at in this play, and certainly we'll see why we talk about the other games. There's going to be some other plays that you really can't game stack heavy. Looking here, flipping the script to San Jose here. And for me, goalie-wise here, I'm not going to take a chance on the goalie situation for Washington. I'm probably not going to take a chance on this goalie either here. And that's going to probably be, what, Aaron Dell, right? They got Jones in. So Aaron Dell tomorrow. Looking at this, San Jose got a couple nice guys that you can run a pair option as well. I think I went with Meyer today, Meyer Couture on that second line, and they've produced pretty well, but Pavelski on that first line has some points as well, as I think Hurdle's involved in the action. One thing I do know is Evander Kane is really throwing a dud tonight. Last I looked, he actually had 0. So maybe tomorrow be the time to jump back on him and get a rebound game. But if I play Evander Kane, I'm going to have to either look for that power play correlation with him or just pair him up with Hurdle or Donskoy both. Or one of those guys, I should say. Power play here for San Jose. They do have 9 power play goals, so they are lighting it up there. So you could also benefit from looking at this power play here. Brent Burns certainly in play. High cost here, but, with playing Burns or Carlson, albeit high priced, they do stand a chance to score points every single night, a high percentage here. Looks like Daily Faceoff's got some things screwed up here because their first power play has both Brent Burns and Carlson on their points. So something's wrong there. But for me, I think I'm going to take the cheap route. To sum it all up here, I think I would go with a Pavelski here and run Pavelski with like Couture on that first power play unit, or run Pavelski with Hurdle on the first power play unit. That's my San Jose line. Defensively here, yeah, it's just I think it's just Burns and Carlson if you want to play them. Certainly I favor Burns a little bit more as of recent.
Carlson is shut down till after the All-Star break.
Is he one with concussion?
I don't know, but that's what I heard today. I didn't see if he was playing tonight or not, but I did see that.
Oh, Eric Carlson, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, I seen 2 Carlsons. I was like,
you're talking about Melker.
No, I was thinking John Carlson for Washington. I'm like, he's shut down?
No, Eric. But I'm showing Daily Faceoff has Melker Carlson up here, right wing, and Joe Thornton's line.
Ah, that's right. Remember I told you my San Jose was already up. It was from yesterday.
Oh. Okay.
Now I'm good.
Either way, the only thing I want here from San Jose at all, I'll go right back to the well with Kane, Hurdle, and Donskoy, that line. Because if this line is going to face off against Conley and Kuznetsov, Kane will destroy that line. I like third line San Jose here, and I do like Brent Burns. I'm with you there. I don't mind taking a shot on Brendan Dillon here at 2,600 either. Pretty good price defensively there. Aaron Dell, not sure. I'll let this one go. And Washington side, boy, I don't know, man. They got to snap out of this shit, right? I don't want no Holtby. I'll let goalies go in this game completely here. you really got to like the Washington top line here with Ovechkin, Backstrom, and Oshie. Ovechkin is expensive, but Backstrom and Oshie isn't. So you can run all three of them together. I wouldn't mind that. Not certain what to expect out of Eller and Vrana here together, or even with Wilson. I don't know. And as far as Jaskin with Kuznetsov and Conley, I can't do that either. I guess it's top line only for me here, to be honest with you. John Carlson defensively is a good play. Nothing else, I don't think, for me. Niskanen possibly if you needed to go there. Orlov 3,400 if you needed to go there. Jones got pulled. Nice. But that's it. This game really, I mean, I should be interested in this game. I think people might go towards Washington here just a little bit, considering how San Jose looked tonight. San Jose is bad this year on the road. They're barely a 500 team on the road. They're just really good at home. So next game up on the slate, Arizona heading into Ottawa, take on the Ottawa Senators. Arizona is a -105 visiting favorite, over under of 6 in this game. And we should see Darcy Kemper and Craig Anderson is confirmed in the net. Jared, do you have interest here?
Well, I just wanted to go back here, a couple things here. Yeah, they're now under 500 at 11 and 12 and 3. But yeah, that's an interesting stat that you bring up. 3.7 goals on the road they're giving up this year, and it's not it's goaltending really where defensive breaks down, because they still put up 3.4 on average on the road. So, but for me, looking at that game, I'm doing two guys. Whether you game script it whichever way you want. For me, I'm only going to do two guys in that lineup. Just a scary game for me when I think about it. But going on to this game here, Ottawa and Arizona. Certainly, I do got some interest here in Arizona here. And it's really down to this Clayton Keller here on the second line, maybe even just one-offing him. He's played pretty well the past couple games here. Connor Garland was one that I'll probably try to write down. 2 goals and assists and 15 shots with 3 power play points. I might want to look and see where he's getting those power play points from. Kind of a secret guy that's sneaking up on us here. But, I wonder how long I'm going to ignore this team and maybe pay the price here. For Arizona, I see myself only pairing these guys here. So whether I go with, like I said, the Clayton Keller, Connor Garland there on that first power play unit. Let's check it out here on the power play, see if Arizona's got some production here. Actually, 7 goals, 4 on the power play in the past 10 games, guys. So, Joe says that, you think you're not going to play something, but just due to being in the Western Conference, I think is why I don't draw as much attention and knowledge to this team here. But going against an Ottawa team that has given up 5 power play goals in the past 10, I'm going to take a chance actually and think it'd be Keller here, maybe even Ekman Larson defensively there, or Connor Garland. It'd be a pairing of that sort is where I'm at. And like I said, I still can see Craig Anderson giving up a goal here. And I actually do like the Coyotes for the win here. Going over here, certainly Duchesne at 6,500 has been a little bit better of a player. He did have, 2 goals against the Avalanche the other night. So aside from that, he's only got 2 assists, 7 shots, 2 blocks. At 6,500, I think it's a little steep to pay. Certainly Zingle and Ryan are still pretty fair priced here. Tierney as well. You look here, it's pretty balanced scoring here on these top 2 lines. Brady Tkachuk there at 5K. I think I'd look and hover the 5K mark on these guys in DraftKings here. Bobby Ryan, Chris Tierney, Brady Tkachuk, Zingle. if you think they're going to win a game scripted that way, I would take a pair of those. I think that Duchesne's a little high priced for that production here. Certainly, it was a revenge factor game. And Mark Stone, he's just not shooting like he was before. Mikhail Bodker, I fell for him the other night. He got me jack squat. Chabot, 6,100 still in play here. You can even throw a pair in here with him, guys. If you wanted to play Zingle as your one-off forward here, or Kachuk, and then backed him up with a Chabot on the defensive side here, I could see that pair being very valuable as well. But I really see myself doing like a four pairs of something, and tomorrow's got to kind of get a little bit of action in a couple different places on each line. Like I said, Craig Anderson, I'm not interested in, and I do have interest. I don't know if I said it here, but Darcy Kemper, I certainly have interest in.
I won't argue that Darcy Kemper could be in play here. I don't know if he'll see enough shots, but I think he's in play for the win, certainly. You can look at Arizona here, man. I do like the Connor Garland call. I don't mind him with Galchenyuk. Maybe Clayton Keller. Probably standalone on Clayton Keller. I'm just taking him as a one-off. But you could pair up different way that top line. Panic and step in, Hinostroza. But I'm with you. I don't want anything over a pairing, I don't think. Ekman Larson, 5K. That's an okay price. I've been playing a little bit of Jarmelson here. You know, trying to catch lightning in a bottle, I guess, so to speak, at 3K. It's a pretty fair price for him. Osterley, 4K is a pretty good price. Let's see here. Power play. Ekman Larson's up there. Jacob Chitrin, 4,600 on that top unit. Garland. I kind of like the looks of that top power play unit for Arizona. I get interested in that a lot. And like Jared said, Kemper is in play here. Ottawa side of this, I mean, I don't know what to think. I kind of want to say that they're in play. Didn't they just win 2 in a row? They beat Colorado, then went to Carolina and beat Carolina. Maybe they didn't beat Carolina. But Duchesne, I don't think you need to go there. It's a little high price for Duchesne. Dzingel and Bobby Ryan, though, I wouldn't mind taking a shot on those two guys. Paired them up off that top line. Brady Tkachuk, Mark Stone, Chris Tierney. I like all three of them. And that's pretty much it for me. Chabot, I guess, 6,100. Pretty fair price anyway. He's right around where he should be, I guess. In the GPP, man, you need 6 points out of Chabot. So, like, you need him to do something. I don't know if I could play Chabot in a tournament. A little too expensive for me, I think. And Craig Anderson being back here, I tell you what, I don't mind a shot on Craig Anderson either. If you think Ottawa wins this game, I mean, Anderson could maybe he stands on his head here. But that's it. It's a interesting game. I lean Arizona here, I think. Maybe they got some confidence coming off the big win there against Toronto, but I don't know. Tough game to script out, I think, there. Next game up, New York Islanders heading into Chicago to take on the Chicago Blackhawks. Islanders are a -128 home or visiting favorite. Over under 6.5 in this game. We should see Robin Lehner and Delia. First place in the Metro Division. New York Islanders, huh? How's that sound? What do you like here?
Well, I'll tell you what, the beauty of some of the things we've done as a DFS team, you're going to hear it here first. Tomorrow, Chicago, Patrick Kane bobblehead night. So keep that in mind. Not to say that he probably isn't already in a lot of people's lineups for the production he's given at 8K. But unlike Joe, you throw a Kane bobblehead out there, I think people are going to – I think he's going to want to see some shots out there. And certainly they got him actually on a line with Taves at 5,800. I like that. So for me, I think you're going to pair that. And actually, let me see if this first power play is – no, they don't got Sod. I wish they'd put Sod on that first power play or Seabrook. But I think you got to go Kane and Taves in that case here and get that both power play and line correlation here. If you wanted to save from the 5,800 of Taves here, Strom's your only bet. But Strome just isn't, it's a all or bust, kind of thing with Strome here for now. So Kane and Taves is my play there. Defensively speaking here, I think Seabrook's in play at a 4,500 mid-level price here. But, he's seeing the scoreboard a little bit. I don't think I want to go three people here, though. Certainly, Chicago is scoring. Even strength here. Let's see here. Even strength, Chicago has 24 goals in 10 games. Even strength. Power plays, they got 12 power play goals. And let's see, do they got any shorthanded? One shorthanded. So that's 37 goals in 10 games. So they're averaging about 4 goals a game here. I think I'm going to go with the pair, and I think one lineup definitely will see me playing Taves and Kane there. Now, like Joe said, if we're talking about this game, I do believe it goes under. You wonder when Lehner and Grice are going to have that moment where they have a bad game, but we've certainly not seen it here. Now, the Islanders are a team on the road here. I don't think I'm going to play any Islanders, certainly not playing Barzal. After that 0-point night the other night, he can frig off for a while till post All-Star break. But I guess it's just so expensive for these guys only hitting a couple points here and there. When you look Bailey with 4 points in 5 games at 5,800, I don't think that's worth it. You look at 4 points in 5 games for Eberle at 5,900 there. 6,600 to Anders Lee at 4 points here. I just think DraftKings has priced them out from being a play here. I think maybe Nick Leddy here, 3 assists, 10 blocks, or 10 shots, 5 blocks at 4,900 might be a play. Adam Pelech, 3 assists, 6 shots, 9 blocks at 3,200. Another interesting defensive play. And goalie-wise, I think both these guys are in play, but whatever one they do go with, I just don't know if you're going to want to pay 8,200 for a goalie tomorrow, and not to mention a goalie that's not even very highly favored here from Vegas side of things. I think that the risk is too much for this goalie here. Now, maybe you're wrong. If you game script this, I think he does see whatever goalie's in that does see a ton of shots. That's one thing Chicago's good at. So for me, I'm more on the Chicago side here.
Not me. Robin Lehner and Grice are for real, and it's not even just strictly on their own doing. I just listened to a conversation today on the radio about this shit. Their coach is supposed to be the top goalie coach around, man. And from what I understand, he came with Trotz to the Islanders, right? Which means he was probably in Washington last year, hence the reason Grubauer looks so good, and Grubauer does not look so good now. So I'm not saying Lehner can get a shutout here. Lehner's certainly in play wholeheartedly, 100%. I definitely think this game goes under. I'm looking at like maybe a 3-2 game here. Maybe a 4-2 with an empty netter at the end or something like that. And I'm taking the Islanders on this one. I'm not saying that you need to play the Islanders because the scoring could be spread out. Typical Islanders fashion, you know what I mean? And I do like plays off of Chicago. So I think even if Lehner gives up just 1 or 2 here, you still got to keep him in play. Real simple for me from Chicago. I'll just tell you right out. I want Taves and Kane now that they're playing together again. It's about damn time. So, quit trying to split them guys up. Just let them play together. Let us win some money off of them before they end up getting split up anyway through a trade or something. So just Taves and Kane from Chicago. That's it. Nobody else. Maybe a shot on DeBrincat. But other than that, nothing else. And I want from the Islanders, Lee and Eberle off the top line as a pairing. And if you want to go Barzal, Bailey off the second line, I get it. Not certain I'll get there. I like Lee and Eberle off the top line more so than anything. And defensively, if you're running power play, you got to get Nick Leddy in there. He's on the top power play unit, which is fine. Johnny Boychuk defensively at 4,800. And Devin Taves is up to stay. This young cat's playing pretty well. At 4,200, he's in play. And Jared, I agree with you on Pellick as well at 3,200. So there's plays here on this on the Islanders side here. I'm not saying you need to get them in, but I think the Islanders are for real here. Next game up. Revenge all the way around. Do not underestimate the revenge narrative. Carolina Hurricanes heading into Calgary to take on the Calgary Flames. The Flames are going to be a -175 home favorite, which is quite high. Over under 6 in this game. No, over under of 6.5 in this game. We should see Pete Mrazek and probably David Riddick. They had projected Mike Smith, but don't you think they'll run out their number one here and run Riddick out here?
Yeah. You would think.
I think they will. But guys, this is the trade, man. This is the revenge narrative trade. Right here. They sent Noah Hannafin and Elias Lindholm from Carolina to Calgary, and they sent Dougie Hamilton and Fairland from Calgary to Carolina. My personal opinion, Calgary has won that trade. But we're going to ride the money here tomorrow. Jared, what do you like here?
Well, first thing to note is Ferland is down on the injury list in daily faceoff, so we'd have to examine that a little bit closer here. But Niederreiter and Aho on that first line. Niederreiter, as in the Slack channel there, Raiders said Nino liked the way that jersey fit. He certainly did. A couple goals there in one of his first games out. So I think that pairing is working well. I'm going to fade Williams now for a while here. Second line here, McGinn and Wallmark pair there is nice here. If you don't think that this game will be a high-scoring one, I don't mind taking a chance down here on this pair of Fogley and Manalainen. This Manalainen, you look at the last 5 games here for Manalainen, and I wanted to look here. He had 2 goals against the Rangers, and the game before that, he had a goal against Nashville here. They've increased his ice time. So you listen on. He started on January 11th, 8 minutes 16 seconds. The next game was when he had his first goal, 10 minutes 58 seconds, 10 minutes 52 seconds. 11 minutes, 45 seconds. And very last game, 13 minutes and 6 seconds against that Edmonton team. Now, obviously, I think it was because they were destroying Edmonton, so they probably gave him a little more ice time here. But certainly in a GPP or something where you need some money savings, that guy won't be bad to go to. And playing alongside Fogley, I don't think necessarily is a bad thing. I kind of like that fourth line. So, that's just a nice sneaky pick because we've seen there's some high cost to guys out there. If you wanted to even play the Kane Taves, 8K Taves and a 5,800, you're going to need a little bit of savings somewhere. So maybe one of these guys will be your savings. Defensively here, like Joe said, defensively, I think I'd take my chance on Dougie Hamilton at 5K. Maybe his stats aren't showing. No point production here in the last 5, but I'm just going to take my chance here for the revenge narrative if I were to play defensively on this. I can't play a goalie here at Carolina. I can't do it. I know they had a good game the other night at Edmonton there, but different team. This Calgary team's explosive and they're for real, so can't do it. Going over to the other side here, pick your poison, so to speak. Like just said, Lindholm, 6 assists in 5 games at 6,700, certainly in play. You see the power plays where they're clicking, guys, here. So let's go down and see what power plays we can see. That whole top line is on the same power play. So I don't think it'd be unorthodox at all to throw all 3 of these guys here and then find yourself a third line viable play in another one, in another game. And certainly, where did we see the third line? Maybe it was third line Arizona. Might be cheap enough to play there. Or this fourth line Carolina, guys, take a shot. If you hit, let's say, a 5, a 4, and another 6.5, 7 on these 3 guys, I think it would. You'd be all right to have a guy go with 1 point or something and not get you much. So I think that these 3 guys are worth betting the bank on. And if you had to say which guy to leave off on the first line here and go with the Tkachuk or Giordano route, man, I think I'd leave out Monahan and maybe go Giordano there or something. And that would be my switch. I don't want to take Lindholm out because of the narrative as well. And Gaudreau has just been playing lights out. So lots of plays there. And like I just said here, Giordano defensively, I think that's your play. Hanifin, if you wanted to save some money at 3,700, he's in play as well. He might have more of an axe to grind, so to speak, with Carolina than Giordano here. But now, why do I keep thinking Giordano, Carolina? It's Hanifin that's got the narrative. I did that before the video even. Late night. But, yeah, I still think you go Giordano with that production here. And I think I'm breaking the bank tomorrow, Joe, on this one.
Let me first start this side out by saying, Mr. Walmart, thank you, man. They took down 2 tournaments yesterday on the back of Walmart, man. And I'm not even kidding. Walmart scoring 2 goals, put me over the top, put it out of reach for everybody else. Beautiful. So thank you very much. And I'll go right back to the well with Carolina here, man. I like this up for a game stack. How can you not? Jared pretty much gave away the way to fit in that top line for a full stack with Calgary. You come over here and you grab some of these bottom guys over here. Hayden Fleury, Manalainen, and Fogley on that fourth line for Carolina. You can game stack this right up. The Carolina radio announcer, already nicknamed Niederreiter, he calls him El Nino. El Nino Niederreiter. I like it, man. Totally awesome. Aho and Justin Williams up there. It's great. But Lucas Walmark, man, Andrei Svechnikov, Brock McGinn off that second line. even these guys are so cheap, you can still go over there and get that top line of Calgary and run it back against here. And Dougie Hamilton, I will take a shot on him. If Ferland doesn't make the lineup, that kind of sucks. I wish he would, but whatever. You know what I mean? And I guess Justin Falk, obviously, because he's on that power play there, 5,300. I'll play him too. Calvin DeHaan at 3,500. He's an okay play, I guess. Calgary side, boys, we know where it is. It's that top line. Johnny Hockey, Mr. Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, Elias Lindholm at top line is one of the best lines in the league right now. I'm not going to say it's the best or anything like that. Oh, look at this too. Lindholm hasn't scored a goal in the past 5 games. It makes it so much better that he hasn't scored in the past 5 games. I'm playing Lindholm in every single lineup tomorrow. I don't care. Frolik, Backlund, and Neal. Hey, Neal, welcome. James Neal. Finally getting some production going there. I knew it was going to take a little bit. James Neal needs to be a top 6 forward, period. If any team, I don't care who he goes to play for, if he's in the bottom 6, he is never going to produce. Jared knows this, even when he played in Pittsburgh. He has to be a top 6 forward to produce. I won't mind taking a shot there at 3,300 on Mr. James Neal. Kind of weird that we got Kachuk down here on the third line now, but that's okay because he's still with Bennett. I like that a lot. And Mark Jankowski. Calgary's really starting to spread it out here, but they're getting guys back, and you're seeing they're building their top 9. I mean, the Calgary has got a really nice top 9 right now, and they're poised to make a deep run into the playoffs here. So anyone on the top line, any way you want to pair it, I don't mind any of it for Calgary. None of it. I like it all. Giordano, like Jared said, is a machine. Norris Trophy candidate, man. Honestly, he's got to be in consideration. He's playing incredible. TJ Brody playing incredible as well at 4,100. And you best believe I'm going to have me some Noah Hannafin here. You want a hot take for tomorrow? Noah Hannafin scores a goal at 3,700. So that's damn near point per dollar out of one shot. So I like Noah Hannafin a lot here tomorrow, and I don't want any goalies. Although, if you do want to take a goalie in a GPP situation, one of these goalies would be in play as far as GPP goes, but I don't want to play either one of them. This game could shoot out. We could see this game go way over the 6.5 here. Next game up on the slate, which is also the last game on the slate, Detroit Red Wings heading into Edmonton to take on the Edmonton Oilers. They're very struggling, up and down Edmonton Oilers. I hope they get it together here. Edmonton is a -160 home favorite. Over under 6 in this game. We should see Jimmy Howard and Mikko Koskinen in the net for Edmonton. And Jared, before you jump into it, I heard something about I think it was one of the beat writers for Edmonton talking about this here, and he says, he listens to Coach Hitchcock's, interviews and stuff after the game and whatnot. And it's like Hitch is almost crying out in almost every interview that Edmonton is just not good enough here. You know what I mean? They're just not good enough. They only have they have Connor McDavid, obviously, but then you add Leon Draisaitl, and then they have, maybe Nugent Hopkins, but what else they have? They don't have nothing. And I think the biggest problem for Edmonton right now is the fact that Klefbom is out and Adam Larson is playing like straight shit. So, what do you think here, man? Can Edmonton turn it around here tomorrow against Detroit?
Not in my book here. There is an interesting note, and I think this is what maybe they needed to. I mean, we've seen both scenarios, right, where goalies get the contract and they're duds, and we've seen it where goalies get the contract, they play phenomenal, like they don't have that weight on their shoulder. They can play with a little more little less nerves, so to speak. So Koskinen did get a 3-year extension here for Edmonton. So just that note alone might make me want to give a shot to Koskinen tomorrow. I mean, it was worthy. It's got an average annual value of $4.5 million. Can someone say payday? I think Joe and I both have said like that they need to just kind of slow it down on Cam Talbot and make Koskinen number one. And I think that contract extension says it right there. He's their number one goalie. And I think he can start to play better and not worry about, am I going to have a job tomorrow? So Koskinen, I do like as a play tomorrow. Other than that, defense, I'm not going to play these guys, the heavy hitters. If I do lose because McDavid and Draisaitl have a huge game, I'll take it with stride and not worry about it. But Edmonton right now is just filler players. Juhar Kyra at 3K. Kyler Yamamoto at 2,700. They're bringing him up now just that maybe he'll give them some spunk. Yamamoto was fun to watch. I remember watching a couple of Edmonton games in preseason. The dude's fun to watch, and he's pretty fast. And Milan Lucic and Zach Kassian. 3K for Lucic and 2,500 for Kassian. These are just filler plays, guys. They're long shot plays. I would not risk any money heavily on the forwards here. And you know what? That even goes to Darnell Nurse at 5,800. Don't spend top money tomorrow unless you get in a late slate or something. I just can't see it. And I can't say that you'd be making a wise investment by playing any Edmonton that is above $4,500 tomorrow in DraftKings. Except Koskinen. Like I said, except Koskinen. He could be interesting tomorrow. Yeah, they could lose 1-0 maybe. And Koskinen plays a good game. Detroit here, there's certainly other games that I'm probably going to be more interested in, but Detroit does find a way to score on the net here. Larkin on that first line at 7,100 is still a shooting machine and getting 6 points in 5 games. Tyler Bertuzzi at 4,500, a nice little compliment with 5 points as well. And Nyquist, 5 points at 5,700. This first line's playing really well along with that second line. I still think they're a little bit too pricey here if you do go with that first line mega stack, call it, on Calgary's side. But the good news is you could probably get away with one off in like maybe Vanek, or playing like a Vanek Bertuzzi for 45 and 4,000, maybe like dropping down to the 2,500s we were talking about. But certainly Detroit is another one where you might find these guys that have a little bit of production at a low cost. Luke Glendening here on this third line. You want to one-off him? That's okay. 3,300. He's got a goal and 13 shots and 5 blocks. He's not going to zero you out. He might get you a point. And if he gets you that goal that he's got, 4-point night, you would certainly take that at 3,300. Defensively here, Mike Green's still playing very well at 5,400. I don't think you're going to have the funds to hit there, so I'm probably going to drop down maybe and take a chance on Cholowski at 3,400 as a defenseman that has done well. We've seen him do well earlier in the year when Mike Green was out. Certainly when Cromwell and Green are back in, Cholowski has really dropped off what we've seen. And I think it's certainly an unfairness to him because I think he had done everything right to earn more minutes. But, contracts and what, I could see why they're probably putting Mike Green in as more there. And Jimmy Howard, I think he still has to be in play. And at 7,400, probably one of your cheapest starters on the slate.
I like Detroit here. I'll agree with you on the fact that Koskinen is in play. The only people that I want off of Edmonton are the ones that I know can do something, and that's McDavid and Draisaitl. I don't want anything else from there at all. No defenseman, no nothing else. I just want McDavid and Draisaitl. I'll move over to Detroit because I think they're going to win here. I like Detroit to score 4 goals here. If if you want to go to the top line, I get it. Bertuzzi, Larkin, Nyquist, that's fine. Those three together. I'm more on the second line here. I said it the other day in the Slack about Franz Nielsen. Maybe to some people chuckling, possibly. I can't remember who he was playing, but he was going to be facing off against the top centerman. I like Nielsen here. I like Vanek here, and I like Mantha here. They're great plays. Jared, I won't argue your Glendening call here. 3,300, that's a real good price in fair production. And defensively, I do, however, like Mike Green. I know he's 5,400, but I'll pay up for him there. As is Nicholas Cromwell. I'll pay up here at this price too at 3K. That's not bad at all. 22 minutes ice time. And I do agree that Jimmy Howard is in play as well. So, yeah, I like Detroit here. Can't believe I'm saying that. It's disgusting. You want to play the game, and then we can go to bed.
Absolutely. And yeah, you bring up a good point. You know, you look at the last 5 games of the Edmonton and Detroit, man, and 7 goals, 8 goals, 4 goals, 7 goals, and those are totals. So late games in play here.
I think so. I like Detroit. I'll have a fair amount of Detroit. Certainly. What do you got for your – go ahead.
I think I'm going Arizona line 2. I called both wingers off it in the video. Why not add Nick Cousins to it? Clayton Keller, Nick Cousins, Christian Fisher, Craig Anderson will have some trouble. Arizona wins this game, and there's a reason they're a little bit of a favorite. Arizona does have a pretty good record against Ottawa in the last 5 or so games.
I like that call. I like Arizona too. I'm not even going to change pages here, man. Just give me the second line. Detroit. Thomas Vanek, Franz Nielsen, and Anthony Mantha.
For me, on my snowflake, I'm heading to the Patrick Kane bobblehead night, and I'm going to say this first line of the Islanders: Anders Lee, Brock Nelson, Jordan Eberle. I think that Chicago builds off that thrashing, and I think that they come out and play a really good game, leading them into the All-Star break.
We're different on that, which is a good thing. You know what I mean? People don't want to hear us, be on the same plays every time, I like the Islanders, man. I'm impressed. For me, line 1 that's going to bust is the San Jose line 1. Sorensen, Thornton, and Melker Karlsson. I think that line is an absolute joke.
I think that Joe Thornton just comes out and takes the face off because they have all those take your picture as they drop the puck, and he just happens to be out there for the photo shoot.
Yeah, whatever it might be, man. But we go by daily face-off first lines, and
yeah,
there you go, man. So,
but I do agree with you. I think we're on the same page when we talk Islanders and Blackhawks being low scoring. I really see 3 to 4 total goals in that game.
Yeah, I agree there. Certainly. Boulder Award, what do you got?
You know what? I'm going to go with, I think you said, is it Braden Holtby for Capitals, Mark?
Yeah.
I'm going to go Braden Holtby here.
That's out there. I'm going to go Jimmy Howard, man. Blank in the Connor McDavid line. Give me Jimmy Howard. Had the Islanders not just had 2 shutouts in a row, I would have took Laner, but 2 shutouts in a row, I can't take him again.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Huh?
Overall,
we'll see what happens.
This slate is a little bit nicer. I think it's back to 7 o'clock that we're used to here, and you know, I'm excited about this one. I personally can't wait to get a contest started and see what I can build. You know, seeing some of these salaries, it's going to cost a lot, and I'm excited to see how much down and depth players do I need to make that huge stack. And certainly, I think we can agree Calgary line 1 is the chalkboard of the night.
Well, it has to be because it's the best line on the slate. Period. Best line in the best spot, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Calgary line 1 at home with narrative on their line. I mean, come on. Like, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, hey, good video, man. Everybody, if you liked the video, give us a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We got tons of videos and tons more content coming at you every day. We're heading into the All-Star break, so only 2 more shows left till then. We got Tuesday night and Wednesday. No. Wait, we got 1 more show.
Tomorrow night, yeah. And then it goes in the...
Well, 1 more show until the break then. There you go. So with that being said, if you want to jump in a Slack, like I said, let your email address below in the comments or hit me up at DFS Quarry over on the Twitter machine. And like always, good night to everybody. Good luck tomorrow, and we'll see you back here again for another video tomorrow night.